said there were reports say Onya offer we were Europe now. In Penifo felt like it's too early for him to move. A free walk on the Peter that I know, not the same player. In terms of the rule, no, air for test and to Bobo. So me say individually in a certain place, you need the best out of them in the Kotoko team this particular season. And it's also offended. But Ninian came for and my say at least comment to Benyashu was I give no should be a draw. But for nations to go there and pick a 2-0 win against Asante Kotoko, a big statement. Friday, the Mekayen say Abubakar Atara be a head coach at the House of Folk. Board 3 games to continue some picking win in here. Some mean say more than. But this time round, with Marco Carella, I could pick a straight win there. A big statement at the House of Folk to go there and pick a win. Now they are coming at home to play their next home game before they move to Kumasi. It's a big time and my team no confidence before they go to Kumasi to face Asante Kotoko. So make I say, but the result now also. Anyhow, our season is far corner. Asante Kotoko is closer to relegation than closer to winning the league because 15 points and the other so 22, and then the other 11 points down. 15 points need to Asia on 4. Now 15 points to Soro 7. So Asante Kotoko now team are who the first 5-6 games no therefore say they can win the Ghana Premier League. As it stands now, they are closer to relegation, much more than winning the Premier League. That's another one.
Thank you very much, Nanedu. Brilliant analysis for the Ghana Premier League match day 11. Kotoko falling in Obuasi, Nations emerging victorious. Karela losing to Azabok in Tamale. Dreams FC, they began picking up wins. Omutimi Ekonya and Kunimdie. They say, Ebra say Josiah Okokwe. One also did the analysis for the Ghana Premier League. Wouldn't say we are. You better break. When we go back from the break, then the Black Stars will be big on our agenda. Ghana's say a dead rubber stamp game. Obviously, oh, there be Yamon be an Ghana for it's my name. Enya positives be a free move. We'll come to find out what positives to pick up from a gamer. We shall cry and found Kobe Bia. We'll be right back after the break. But they say Josiah, Ghana Premier League after match day 11, Nations on top. House of Folk getting back to their rhythm.
Good morning. Me Sancha. Yiti for Niasha Omoshe Nana. Yeah, I think so. Bobo results no so. I felt this week and this past match week, that's match day 11 of the Ghana Premier League, has been the most entertaining and the most thrilling, as well as the match week with the most surprises. Because imagine Samatex losing at home. It's almost always impossible for them to lose at home. Last season they only lost once at home, but still Oshe teams are now accumulating points. Then Samatex happens to be one of these sides. And guess the team they lost to. They didn't lose to Heart of Oak, they didn't lose to Asante Kotoko, they didn't even lose to Diana or Medium at home. And they lost to a newly promoted side in Young Apostles. And it's one of the most shocking results for me. Yeah, you could be talking about that Kotoko game losing at home to Nations FC, but don't forget, this is something that I would say, if last season is anything to go by, there it's quite synonymous with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Because last season we saw them lose 7 games on a bounce. 7 on a bounce. And that was even when they were playing their home games at the Accra Sports Stadium. This time, yes, they've shifted grounds, home grounds. They are now playing in Obuasi, 2-hour drive from the capital city of the Ashanti region. Nana, I feel if they do not take care, what happened last season could end up affecting them again. And I'll be talking about that game. But then I feel my team of the weekend should be Young Apostles, because just a week after parting ways with your head coach, you come up with such a huge, win. You go to a ground where very few or just one team has been able to go there to, get results over there and go there and shock the defending champions by a goal to 0. I feel Ocean newly promoted side Nana, they've all come into the league with some sort of confidence and motivation. Why? Because on match day 1, we saw Basake travel to Heart of Oak, winning by 1 goal to 0. They picked up their first away win against Heart of Oak. We also saw, I think before match day 4, we saw Vision travel to Accra Lions, a team that finished in the top 4 last season. They went there and they scored them by 2 goals to 0.
Interestingly, none of the newly promoted teams are in the drop zone.
No, so it tells you the kind of mentality.
The drop zone has got teams from the
Premier League, Accra Lions and Legon Cities. You get it. You have Young Apostles, you have Basake, and then as a Young Apostles, Basake and Vision all not in the drop zone. Yes, they are very close to that place, but I feel that it's about time we just give them enough credit for what they are doing, because they've come into the league with some sort of mentality. Say, yeah, we know it's going to be difficult, but we are not going to lose games that easily. And even when it matters most, we can go away from home and grind results. And that's what I believe what propelled this Young Apostles side, to go get maximum points away at Samatics. Now, I'm looking at Heart of Oak, and I feel the criticisms worked for them. And for Abubakar Ouattara, if he was criticized, I think, yes, you would say it's very early, but he deserves some acknowledgement and credit for the job he's doing. Because if anyone had told me after match day 4 that 7 match weeks later Heart of Oak would be leading Kotoko on the league log, then I would even tell that person, see, it's a joke. But as we look at things now, Heart of Oak are in the top 4 and they are 3 points above Kotoko, a team that started the season on a losing note. They lost at home to a newly promoted side, and I feel they've really changed things. Maybe we didn't have so much belief in the young players that Ouattara brought into the team. Personally, I criticized them. I felt they were not just good enough, or even if they were bad in talent, the league was, I think, above their batting average. But now you're looking at the players, and it looks like the coach had some confidence in them. Because why was the coach still playing Collison, Hussein, and the other midfielders, when he knew perfectly that these are players coming from Division 2, Division 1, and we've downgraded, but he kept faith in them. And I think for Abubakar, that thing alone he did is really paying off, and he deserves credit. Yesterday there was Salim Adams in there, to partner with the likes of Mohamed Hussein and co, to help them. And there's the grounds they went last season, and they picked up a point. It was Hamza who scored for them. Again, Issa who scored for them when they traveled to Kaila last season in 1-1 draw. And this time they've gone there and they've picked up 2 more points, and they've bettered the results they got from that place last season. And at this point, as we speak, Heart of Oak are on 18 points on the league log, and that's quite impressive. If you ask me, I would say it's all due to the rise of Coach Abubakar Ouattara, because earlier on we were all bashing. We felt he wasn't just getting things done, he wasn't getting the right results, he wasn't getting the players to play like the way he wanted them to. But now, if Heart of Oak are playing and they've won 3 games on the bounce, they've picked up 9 points from a possible 9 in their last 3 games, then it tells you that gradually they are beginning to find their form. And mind you, the Super Clash is in 2 weeks' time, where they'll be playing against Asante Kotoko. And looking at their form currently, I believe they'll be going into that Super Clash, I would say the favorite to win it, despite the fact that they are playing away from home, because now they are getting the job done. And in their next game, they play at home, which I believe they could even end up winning. So heading into the Super Clash, now I'm tempted to say that Heart of Oak are just doing the right things, and it's good that a coach kept faith in these young players, because if you have these young players just joining a club as huge as Heart of Oak, and in their first season they are beginning to grind results and all that, it tells you what you should look forward to in the next 2 or 3 seasons. This is a title winning team he's building. For this season, I wouldn't stick my neck out and say Heart of Oak have got what it takes to win the league. Yes, they could challenge for it. They are only 4 points behind Nations FC, who are the leaders, but I wouldn't say they have everything it takes to win the league. I feel they're a couple of players away, but this is a team to watch out for. Now for Kotoko, Ogum should start learning a thing or two, because I feel his job is on the line. He is the same coach who went on that 7-game losing streak last season, and he was able to turn things around for a while, and at the end of the season they finished in, I would say, a better or relatively better place as compared to when the season started. Now you come into a new season, you assemble a crop of players who we all believe are the best as far as their positions is concerned. You brought in the best left back, or arguably one of the best left backs in the league. You brought in one of the best right backs. You brought one of the best midfielders from Great Olympics. You brought in a player who was one of the highest scoring players, for Great Olympics also into your team. And at this point, you would say that Kotoko are struggling. Doesn't make sense. I just feel maybe he has the players, he has the materials, but the system to accommodate these players, the system to bring out the best out of these players is what he is lacking now. Is what he's not been able to get on board for them. I feel that's where Kotoko are lacking, because once it comes to quality, there was no way I would compare the Nations FC team to Kotoko. There's no way you tell me that this Nations FC team is better than Kotoko. Now, before the game, if you are doing a combined 11 of Nations FC and Kotoko, trust me, the number of Nations FC players that would even walk to that 11 wouldn't be more than 3. So it tells you that player for player, Kotoko have got the advantage in most of the positions. That's what I believe. But it boils down to coaching. And I'll tell you that, I'll say this emphatically, that I feel the head coach is not able to get the best out of these players. I feel the head coach is not able to get the best out of these players, because you can't have all the best players from the league. You can't assemble, a crop of galacticos and struggle to win even at home. This is their second straight loss or defeat at home, and they've lost 4 on the bounce. And if they do not take care and they lose again to Indiana next weekend, now there's a likelihood that they could also lose again as a folk, and they'll be one shy of that record, the unwanted record they set last season. I just feel that coach Promotional should start working things out, because if he doesn't take care, the fans might turn against him, and that will be the end of Master Asante Kotoko. And Kotoko is all about the fans. Yes, when the season started, they were winning, and the fans, were excited. They were shouting praises on him, and now they are losing. You don't expect them to let the blames on the doorsteps of someone else. It's definitely going to be the head coach. So I feel for Promotional, he has no excuse, because you've been giving the players you wanted. Yes, I'm hearing there will be signings coming in January, but now you look at this Kotoko team, and I don't feel there's any deficiency anywhere. You have a goalkeeper who is a national team player.
They have just one striker in the team, the entire team.
Yes, but you are scoring goals. You had a striker who was getting you goals.
You don't build a championship winning team with just a single striker.
Now, the point I'm trying to make is, you see, you have a striker that a couple of weeks ago was a top scorer in the league.
About Oprah and the best striker.
And yes, so that's as a coach. Before the season started, you recruited players. No, you still find a way. You see, if you are not scoring, then perhaps you should be drawing games. If you are telling me you lack a striker, you shouldn't also tell me that your defense or you are lacking defenders at this point. So if you are not scoring, then why are you not also keeping clean sheet?
Because of goalkeeper's problem.
You have a goalkeeper. No, you do not have an injury. Your goalkeeper, none of your goalkeepers is on the injury list.
But you see, I fear. Some games on Mabonia, the goals they've conceded have been orchestrated by
errors,
goalkeeping mistakes.
That was
purely goalkeeping mistakes.
Hearts of Oak a bit from last season, but there was no excuse.
Last
season it was Hearts of Oak.
At time Richmond, you were national team goalkeeper.
Of course, but at some point it was error after error.
You've been out to Asante Kotoko. So they don't have a striker because they've over relied on one striker. If that boy is
Elvis is not pulling.
He's not a striker.
But he's not pulling. He's been deployed.
He's not even a striker.
Yes, but he's not pulling. The coach feels he can.
About profiling a player, knowing the player. He was recommended by David Okulu because he had coached him at Liberty, with the mindset that Obet goes in, week out. But when you're a striker. So after going into the market for Albert Amoa, now I'm thinking and saying, Amoa Kwabebo entire season to be your lead striker. It's not workable that way. Yeah,
that's why I believe they have plans for Jedri in the transfer window.
Almost 2 strikers. That's why they brought in Kwame Poku.
Saka that was striking for Tanobo Fakwa.
Saka the coach.
Yeah, so it's about player. Exactly, and I feel he's not really getting the right, things from the team. Right. Why? Because he's not able to, parade them. I feel sometimes the setup, the 3-back is really affecting them. Sometimes he needs to switch. Yeah, it's more dynamic. It gives you that variation you need. But Nana, there are so many disadvantages. We are playing the 3-back system in this particular league. For Kotoko, Nana, the quality is there. It's undeniable that they have so much quality. But aside the quality, now what else do they need to win games? Because now, if they do not take it after this next game they play, maybe it's the Hearts game that the fans will feel that's where we turn the corner. But if they lose that game against Hearts, Nana, trust me, Ogun might be forced to resign. But it's just not really good. This is a team that we dubbed as a title winning or title contender just a couple of weeks ago, when all of a sudden they are 8 on the league log. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I think credit to Mediama. They've really shown that yes, they are in to win the league title again, and for them to halt that Gold Stars invisibility tells you they have so much quality. Is that one of the teams I've watched since preseason? I feel they have what it takes, the quality, they have the materials, they have a good technical bench as well, and I feel winning 2-0 against Frimpong side did come as a surprise to me. Nana, thank you.
Max TV, live from the Accra Sports Stadium, building up for Ghana versus Niger. Area 9 Pepepe, Ghana and Niger at the Bomu. It's a game that is of no significance as far as qualifying for the AFCON is concerned. Ghana share Eka Edukura and Fasobienu Ebebaso, and Niger and Betima Bazo, Niger no the coin. AFCON now unkobi. Your bab break, your co break, your bar. Mabo team say AFCON, no be someone saying to one pass a DNT and a Ghana. Coach Otoado Akasa was no. Judging club ne training no. Matthias Sama ne training into be judge na munya abotransa. Mun twen, mo pese mo ni gi a mo support normal Ghana qualify for the World Cup in America and then in Canada. Unim say you could break the bar. We'll be speaking to the National Sports Authority. Said the Mushe TV among say Ejuma Koso Accra Sports Stadium. Niebusa say inti se Ghana Niger boya. Still won't be maintaining stadium ni say. And you be a house of folk ever samba back to the Accra Sports Stadium. What is the plan to keep the stadium in shape? San said next year, March, World Cup qualifiers is shas here. Are we going to stick to a proper maintenance culture? You better to nyoma wa kwemu. Samagu pamano ebe kama abri biara. You could break the bar. We any Ghana Black Stars. You better diempo esiwa anano Luanda. Ghana intimi Angola. Ebisi o Ghana intimi but there were positives. Razak Simpson Chelsea the performance no edge there say local players etimi bembebre. Obisi say ebra so toado. Or yet rebuilding the Black Stars national team. You could break. You bar. National Sports Authority have their time. Afesuso. Abedua 4. Ebe preview. Ghana and in Niger. Our Max FM, Max TV, Maximum FM, live around the world. MaxFMLive.com. Found me Jimu. Yeba isia.
When will they give you sign? Feel free to claim. Okay. That means you are playing something else, so you are not on air. Okay. So feel free to claim. Many of you like no. When we on field, forget outside what they are saying is to the studio. I had an idea work. Yeah, but you go off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
but
all the same, you be
wow.
Okay, so this is one. I will put your feet down. Okay. So you out. Well, so you are a better. But your mammy, you are putting anybody. But over to me at check the space for me. I move. Check the space for me. Check the space for me. Double shot.
NSA boss. Yes. Yes, NSA boss. NSA boss. Yes.
NSA PRO.
Hold on. Talk to my body, sir. Lawrence.
NSA PRO. Hello. Hello. Yeah. NSA PRO, Mr. Amufa. Charles Amufa. Yeah. Yes. NSA PRO.
I'm Prince Charles Sampa.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. I don't get there for a while,
so I'm here to market.
But longer focus there. And another one, I'm going to say that by me.
Trust me, we will lead you. Language.
Sabali, I hear. I hear.
Okay. But we are too, but okay, my call long here.
No, when we are too fine.
Thank you. Charles, yeah, it was.
Moses.
It is free for this to be on it because they are on the sun. They are on the sun. My see and see where. Yeah. Because once since they are on the sun, there should be water. Why? You are the police. Share them out. Chill. What they are saying. All the time they will say chill. Oh, this year. Go.
Hello, Tony. Bright line. Sabali.
Where did they go?
Sabali.
Where did they go?
I don't know.
They will come back.
They are stupid.
Yodi? Okay. Shadi Boko man. Okay. He food me then when you can go back here. Okay, it's hard. She said, okay. Okay, don't have go back. You won't go back here. Le corner. Eh? You don't want to go back here. Say, come across camera.
You go across camera, so you use watch me a kebab.
Can I corner? Eh? Can't go wide if you.
Hey, okay.
Okay, take a shot. Take Godwin back up park here.
Nana will be talking while we go out. Then you can. You go scared for across camera. If I can't take man, they should be a this very one should go here. All these ones should go on the floor when you pass.
Camera here park here.
Can't go back and come back.
Go park in the back of the
Okay, this is go back here. In command, I'll pack it. Yeah, name, command. Can't sign out there. They want to back.
Okay, this is
that will be an let's be
Charlie, we're done.
I don't know. They get the call from them.
Call her. I'm confused. Me mayo. Tissue.
Okay.
Charlie, what's up?
Charlie, what's up? Studio, call them up we go. Say the people say concentrate, let's go.
Hello, welcome back to the Accra Sports Stadium. Yamo bibi akwaba ediba enkra group amaso ahane yababoboye kura ya the Max Sports Park bro, live from the venue where Ghana will be playing against Niger. Enche na Ghana ni Niger bono na Kingston Shasian live on Max TV, live commentary on Max FM, live commentary on Maximum FM in Takrade, and live around the world on www.maxfmlive.com. What says Nane Duni Josiah Domunim de Ebaye Efa Ghana Premier League match day 11. I can say about so weekend win. They say a Brazos Ghana Black Stars and in Niger I can say no. Yera Charles Amufa. Eye Kasamafo Edema Kasamafo Penny Edema the National Sports Authority of Ghana. womu ena tumi kito womu se womu nhye yagopa ma wodo no so no mu samwa na Ghana good no entumpon. Hello Mr. Mofa, good morning.
Good morning Nana.
Pacho boko de
Erade adom ni ho ye.
Yeah boma so say eze de agopa ma no de bia bebe bia yenya won keka foforo se adwuma na ekoso within a very green surface. De bia kama adwuma na ekoso no betimi abo enchemu kakra.
Yo Nana menda se na minchia etiefo ni ahwefo. Tisani anana okan ye no dwumadi a ohwe a ekoso wo park ne so no. Bibia yaye no over the years. Na ubon se aha no na yesi akan bibre wa ha. Eye club football. Teams wa Accra, House of Folk, Olympics ni no nyina no mu yusu ha. Enti na pressure e wo pitch no so no na eso. Enti de bia no bi beka se pressure no emma turf no den esofa. But this time around no on say a dedicated Accra Sports Stadium for all international games. Obeka emri bi atwom ne ye bonu kumase ye bobi nso wo Cape Coast. But this time around no eye Accra Sports Stadium eni yesi kan. Enti for now no any other match biya no yet they call other places like Legon any Elwak. Enti ubesha grasi senior no you can even compare it to any international facility. Me fancy you show in the TV so. Omu do omo ye ne some no pa ye watering, ye aeration, omo ye raking, fertilization, ni na ensa wo ho. Omo wo planner omo de ye adwuma no. Enti for pitch ne de metimi aka say ya ye crowd a ye betimi a host to a very successful game.
Enti eze ye mfentu achim se ye ku enim na bribia ye be hu sa Accra Sports Stadium pitch na kama say
Miniasa netie pepepe CCR no the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and for that matter National Sports Authority and buying Ghana buying kasa pese yenya a dedicated facility and no betimi a host to any sanctioned FIFA or CAF matches. The TN says our facility no you see other I can see to say club level football also. Send will get it right. Whereby I won't mean case be I by say akawe. O share ye reserve bench na wo hono. First na nka dugout. First na ntokru. Eno ne ye memfanse mribi atwem no ne architecture ye disi stadium facility. But this time around bon say ye bench no e wo soro. Seat ni nyina wo soro. Nti reserve players no moti wa omuhu park no so senia CAF anase FIFA ehwehwe. Oba ye dressing room locker rooms na metimi aka say aban asiesie honum nyina akansi e ball no na ni Sudan ne yi no obia oba e bia no ehun say oho ne yera behwe ukọ other sections of the facility ohwe VIP any presidential seats na first nanka ye open obia kekemi rab ye bebia ye me fancy ye friend presidential seat no ewo no but sisi ya ohwe obon si ya coding ho no enti wo VIP session a untimi mba presidential for no so eni kwan so mbe ni na ye kwan ya paya to meet CAF and FIFA standard. Enti eba no facilities in there Accra Sports Stadium make say it meets the international standard.
All right, hi Max FM, Max TV, the Sports Park live from the Accra Sports Stadium. National Sports Authority, Kasama for Penny Yera, Charles Amofa, and any chicken common say Diana Mudia to akwemu yen share nim se be ma kensi a ye be boy Ghana ni Niger and Babe Krabehwe in terms of security and every other arrangement Mudia to akwemu boss.
You mini amenda se na menton game no ansa na maba security arrangement no ticket a ye de ton de ahwe kwan se spectator
5 CDs mo me ni free prekwan
so on say akansi de besi anema bebre na kum expenses in kitchen ne de keka sika kese enti de tie ne say popular stand no a ohwe ade kuka ha any scoreboard area na no ni popular stand ne eno ni 10 cedis oho ni nyina 10 cedis aroba center line ya ye cheaper yi eno ye 30 cedis ena VIP 100 cedis enti 3 categories 10 for popular stand 30 for center line and then VIP 100 cedis. Intimate me aka say ya tickets no so rate no so say na be nipa won say match we akwa the very last match for the year enti ye pese obi bio wo ho kwan bi o pese oba 4 o'clock no obetimi ato ticket ni bi na ticket no eye e-ticket and as electronic ticket it's online
muntobi o gate
udu gate eno so electronic ye beboa obi okura phone bia no du ho ma process ni *711# *711# oba unya boss *7 ye be ma prompts no so open 10 cedis so open 30 cedis so open 100 cedis options ni nyina wo ho ye wo stewards ya deploy ebi wo inner perimeter ebi nso wo stands ni mu ebi wo gate na no betimi aboa ama watimi ato ticket afenso ka nhihye ye de egu akwan mu ye de ehwe akansie category A match enti efa ni security metimi aka Ghana Police Service the 800 men and eba nipa uniform men and san ye 40 officers senior police officers ankasa omonso so ebeka ho aba ebionso no ye national security staff omonso so ya deploy omo no vantage point omo nche uniform omo no so special duties omubedi ebionso no ye asrafo ha ne no omo number ne de mintimi infantudwa and only for security reasons meant me fan to omo de ne say control crowd movement say bia obi ekoye bibi na say ni say ye ya omo so omo special duty afenso so ne wo metese ne ameka stewards no ebeboa in the sitting area say wo kokotena ha wo ko ha afenso so ambulance ye were 2 vehicles, one on the pitch and then one outside the pitch at the forecourt of the VIP no bakusi ho enti se bibi bia ebesi se bia obi ka wo pitch no so no ambulance esi hanoma ebetimi afa nipa no de na akọ hospital sitting area no susu nyina no obi bia bibi beto no anase ne ho beko akwa no ambulance esi forecourt no enso de ne beko hospital afen susu ye wo medical no so omo ye wo doctors emienu a omo di medical training ye St. John's ambulance and your national ambulance service for omo so ya diploma omo so wo dwumadie di enti men can say your preparation towards this match there to send ya da no National Sports Authority ye no ya crowd say you be host a very successful game.
All right, Yenya Charles Amofa from the National Sports Authority, and I want to say what they and she share on 24 they are to no and so MIN. But let's talk about the football. Is it Ghana? You speak for the authority, not for the federation, but at least Munana football. How do you feel that you qualifiers say Ghana Yentin call AFCON of 2025?
You mean you amenda say na menka say the government of Ghana, and for that matter the Ministry of Youth and Sports akadie biara team ni hia no aban ededom team no bibio mu hia in terms of per diem bibia sese ye di shemu no aban ne di shemu metimi aka say countries akese football nations akese etimi kosa situation mu ye no ye feel say we no bibia eni se bu yabam ye were only one black star into there every patriotic citizen eso ye bia no say odi wakuma and say odi usunsun ebe team nechi achia na so muye achia ne muye ye hwe game a ye ball no Angola Luanda obetumi won say nsesa kakra abam with time yenim say black star ebetumi aba ne past glories emubium.
Okay, Mr. Charles Amofa yedasi Yakupon shall say Ubeka ensa Max TV, Max FM, Maximum. Yedasi, yes, we are bro, so I share him say no 9 bona, yet made comprehensive coverage. Abre Yashefoni Tifuna. Yedasi Bia, who are Futobia the Beja, Womo Omoba Stadium, Abeshe Boni B, Ana Sebia. Oh, na Obu about with me, and we shall move to a criminal.
You the amedi betwa to spectators eba Accra Sports Stadium no as much as possible yempese incident bia na bibibesi enti se bia ukura bottle say ye plastic anase bia no ya provide beans efigate na no ade bastance ni mu ukura bibibia sa na onum nsuo no wi a fatu bean ni mu bibia ukwa enye bibia acceptable object ebetimi edi ewu no udu enim ho na police for no ebebo search se BBC ewo ho no wanhwe ni ya na edewo ato asem nti bibia oba park ne so enne no onhwe ne ho yie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles Amofa, or communications expert, Osanye Kasamafo Penny, Emma National Sports Authority. Yami shall be brave. Yeah, that's it. And I say, come on, start times. Start times can and a digimedian air bro. When say start times, and one more air boy. Major leagues away Europe. Start times at the La Liga no air bro live. Start times at the Carabao Cup. Start times at the Saudi Pro League. Start times at the Copa del Rey. Start times at the NBA. Start times our exciting content. When you be a wakasa, we won't say a Niger ban. For just 180 Ghana cedis a month, would you decoder? After so, start times, almost say what Ghana for Nara. I can't get out of being a start times with me Digimano. One bet me a bow, no wait to me any. Start times, enjoy digital life. For just 180 Ghana cedis a month, you are good to go. Omutaichi, and he did a sports park on Max FM and Max TV. So, bro. Avis Mamin Kamfo, Mispa City Herbal Clinic, Mispa City Herbal Clinic. Omusan Yariwa Bebrebe. You were 3D area malaria, diabetes, sa typhoid fever. Avis so, a money meme power, male and female infertility, prostate enlargement, and here mema pana make hepatitis B, lower back baby with chinka seno, na a yo ya jo ga. Wouldn't Yari way na Mispa City Herbal Clinica, one besa ediamal, stomach ulcers, menstrual disorders, halitosis, biokasa, nanumuka, nyakra, woko Mispa City Herbal Clinica, one beboa, omocha quine ewo, Bonigas Junction, Kaswa Quantum Pono so, Frumu, ewo 0240 283 191, and I said 0240 114 333. Mispa City Herbal Clinic, and I make almost some so at show. As a Miempis Kakakra, or the Sheba, Uniska to say joint you, Sikasu Moja, Sika Bema, and inti Max FM, and Max TV. Almost did the mega cash promo now bar. Sika, Max TV, Max FM, mega cash promo, the mega cash lucky box promo. Upese onyeska bo ataso simple as ABCD odi sheba emru se ukoye adwuma bi kra adwuma no emfa kwamu ne ekoche kra po a akofo anim go asabru abusuafo wo mobile phone wo computer bi ana wo iPad pejetina na bo *426*8# tienye pa *426*8#. It is the Max Mega Cash Lucky Box promo. Uba, the abedi this one, no wati. Wouldn't say we take nano. Akwenya bet me aba. Ube win is sika. A 300 Ghana cedis. A could 50,000 Ghana cedis. Ubisa say no cre. I no cre. A brass to sell so you be fraud sell a millionaire. And inti for phone or iPad or computer. Nabo *426*8#. Ubetimi so abonu we winning instant cash prizes. Our website www.max.com.gh www.max.com.gh. This is your time to win 1,000 jackpot. It's just a box away. Choose a lucky box now and win. Grab your mobile phone and dial *426*8# to a network and win amazing cash prizes. Max Mega Cash is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform for persons 18 years and above. Who channel now the Nyansa Ghana Black Stars any Niger any Boyni any area. Yaka say there Niger for no arreshemu so omo de ombetimi qualify. Na Ghana there Ghana for ni di nchine bottom akura omo ntimi qualify. Enzo ti bibi wo ho a I was so musua efra kense we nyina musanse March 2025 na World Cup qualifiers no esa epejani mu enti otoado nra ensentro nhie mu okoye no se World Cup qualifiers no e sha ase ne but ye be kwa kohye de si wo Angola na no a Ghana entime anya nkunim de e de ba kense we mu eno abedwafo betima afa bia 5 minutes na e de ahye we look into the game. The bet you to add soon some of the buyer after set Abidjafo. Akwecha Kosha Nanu Fiada. Said Jordan, are you share one of the most spectacular goals? What's show on the Black Stars career? Now on my Shahayana Angola Betika. For the first time in 20 years, Ghana and African Cup of Nations. Nanidu.
Yes, Nadaka. Media they met Maka about Friday game no. And they say on my yenina engine to say 2024 qualifiers are yearbo for AFCON 2025. Yen to me and qualify. What do we do? Preparation for the World Cup qualify. Many coaching here against started from now. But on the Angola game, Metimiaka say out of the 5 games I have in the AFCON qualify, your best game here the game against Angola. Because out of the 6 games I have group stage in Nano, if there is a gamer or a pundit and now a football person, what they are still respect to who say, Utumina 1 point crana a good result. The game in Angola. Because may sure say all your permutation now. Why do you need Pomuno? Oberfo say all the home games in here, you need to pick your maximum 3 points. Now when you are 9. And out of the 3 away games, no, Utumina Bako 1 point crana, Ufangudane. And out of the 3 away games, the Memera Junimume Fusa a difficult game. The game against Angola. So you to be draw her on that call, make us say it's a good result. Now, I will say, Nekosi saying that draw no inch man for Yanko Bibia. That is where Asante Kotoko no work. Oh, I set up a call into that game. Bibia say to some extent we were missing some key players. Torek Lamte, Obidisa Alexander Jiku, Mohamed Thomas Partey. These are key players in recent times. They've been in the Black Stars. The same as Antoine Semenyo. They've been a mainstay in the Black Star first 11. I mean, football, we are saying. Me name any team or go into a crucial game. Oba miss 5 key players. The result remain the same. Not even the Argentine national team. Not even the Brazilian national team. Not even the German national team. So going to a game, a crucial game in a qualifier. Nobody miss 5 key players. Now result will be the same. And to say yes, previously results in Korea and can draw in Angola, make say a fair result for the Black Stars of Ghana. But because results in Korea now wouldn't say only a win. Never to do the next step of the qualifiers on that score, make say a bad result. When you look at the setup for coach Otuadwa, without the ball, it looks like you called the back 5. With the ball, it looks like it turns the back 3. And imagine you say in that game, you looks like a positive going forward in our game and they're proud to the World Cup qualifier. At least Ghana for your confidence kakra. I will go keeper Manaf Nudim.
Right.
Even though me one person me for say Manaf Nudin Adabi. At least get Adabi. One look at Adabi. Omuni convincing me enough. But also in recent times at this give the Wayama in our post. It looks like the Ghana for who were Manaf Nudim is quite okay. Now you come to the defense. I never preach on radio on several occasions. They say, many times you say Black Star now so everybody year. There is one local component in the defense, one local player in the defense. Way back in 2006, when Black Stars there was a Rashid Sumaila, Sila Ilyasu, and of course Habib Mohammed in the Black Stars team. No more mother foreign player than the competition. Yeah, by 2010, there was Liadi, who was a crucial player in the team. Yeah, prepare for 2014 the qualifiers. The crucial game was against Egypt. At that time, Rashid Sumala was a local player until later on, a foreign player or about 2014 World Cup. So you can see that in recent times, anytime a Black Stars there is one central defender or knocking the doors of the Black Stars. Say coach Biamana Kwenya, he can make a point for head coach. And I thought say in day you able to Miaka say as it stands now, over the Razak Simpson and make a name for himself. And then beside your whole question say Adentina, as it stands now, the 4 Ghana Premier League players that were Black Stars as it stands now in the defenders. It means in the Blasters, anytime defenders need opportunity, they can make a point for themselves, because I don't think they are better player from the number 6 position to the number 11 position now. Or we are better in our league much more than the players in the foreign. By the local,
but only opportunity.
And that's another option.
Yeah. Because nobody thought Simpson could pull that performance.
Yes.
Until so near big boy. I mean, you can have your best players in Europe playing, but Dramani came to the 2006 World Cup as a winger from Heart of Lions, and scored the winning goal against who? United States of America. And the defenders are making a case for themselves, but until so much forward line in midfield, there's no opportunity.
But in recent times, it's overshot. In the last 20 years, what many opportunity of selling within the Blasters are defenders.
And I'm telling you that Dramani played as a right winger.
Who to me fan call pen defenders? No defenders, no doors. Oh, you can get more than 5 defenders. Liade
2010.
Yes. Sela Iliasu
206.
Hab Mohammed
206.
Dankwe.
He didn't kick a ball at the World Cup.
I'm not saying the World Cup. Blasters in the last 20 years. Proud to say Ebo qualifies.
And already said Yusuf Chipsa, Yahuza.
Oh, William Tell Munia Bobby.
Daniel Yeboah.
I'm
saying that you have a good case, but yes, sir, we are not being fair to the other players aside the centre backs, because I'm saying that say who the centre back ko na so koya dia now stand the left back kono koya dia any justification say sao mombo sa position won kwa na odu obu kwa obeya dia. Somebody can boy you say about Ghana League or say 8 goals see maybe I don't say that any extraordinary player, but 8 goals to watch in Ghana Premier League. Who didn't go to more bebo? There's a player from the 2nd division in the last 30 years. Let me go back 40 years. Ghana for a player or a striker, so a defender, so a goalkeeper, entry 2nd division. But now the first 2nd division player, that's Jerry Free. So I'm saying that Wombe Freya, it should not be limited to centre backs. The centre backs are there, defenders who home. But I do not agree say Omukwana would Omukwa umbeti mayadi.
Ebi so hoson kwaso na ebi opportunity wa obenye biabo.
Because yen treye shienu bebre. We don't spread our net wider.
Yeah.
What you say? So it's good. Simpson has made a case for the local players, specifically defenders.
Yeah.
So today, if a free plays and he gets a chance, there may be a kwama other players from other positions.
If you no bet mabo, because per the way show under 20 no. Me nyɛ so top FC performance no the other Blasters.
They be na make us say if you no call top FC, we elevated to under 20. We didn't jam over bar. How much more the established forward lines on Ghana?
Ghana is another point. So
until a player is given an opportunity in a national team jersey, I don't subscribe to the fact that the world routine in Boston. Just one man abu biashe. The world routine obetraining under better conditions, better coaches, better environment, good motivation. But whoever thought Razak Simpson would do what he did? And see, so a goalkeeper, so Obono my level.
On your opportunity now, why take
prove
advantage?
Themselves.
So my fools are very important. Who was a game now against Angola? Maybe who knows? And then yes, some more other 2 other players opportunity man be Simpson. They can also prove themselves in the Blasters. So far, even though we drew that game against Angola, there are some few positive we are going forward. My force a bit more the Blasters of Ghana.
Okay, Josiah.
I don't think the result at Yenyefi Luanda on Friday, is a surprising one. Despite the fact that going to the game, it looked like per the permutations, your calculations are here, and we wanted it more than the Angolans, because the Angolans, after 4 games, no more bookie plays that are in the upcoming AFCON. Until we went into that game, thinking that psychologically, we should want it more than the Angolans. But you can talk about the fact that before the first game against Angola, 8 players pulled out. You can talk about the fact that we went into that Angolan game with a relatively weaker squad as compared to squad that had bought first 4 games. But I'll tell you, based on what I saw, that Angolan game has been the worst game we've played so far in this tournament. And you can look at all the factors, you can assemble them, and they might make sense. Say you went into that game without your best defender, you went into that game without a couple of your midfielders, and also your top attacker. So it makes sense. But I feel say now that game we played in Angola, there's no way that would put that game over any of the games we've even lost so far in the qualifiers. We've really struggled. Now you show your team from match day 1 against Angola in Kumasi. I just feel say defensively we were conceding goals, but attacking wise, how do we play 5 games and score just 2 goals? The first goal we scored so far in this qualifiers was Ali Duseidu's screamer from what? About 25 yards. Against Niger. And the only goal we scored so far, aside that goal, was that beautiful free kick from Jordan Ayew. So if the head coach is saying that our World Cup qualifiers, which is set to take place in March, starts now, then what are the things we are hoping to change, or what are the things we are hoping to see from today? Because I was looking at the game against Angola. Yeah, Razak Simpson was a standout performer. So far, Kudus has been missing practically throughout all the 5 games he's played so far. Jordan Ayew has come big in moments. He's come clutch in moments where we've needed him. But decision making has been poor on his side. In midfield, we really lacked a whole lot. So I'm looking at the positives, and I feel, yes, you talk about Razak Simpson, but then also Abdul Manaf Nuruddin also deserves credit for the incredible penalty stop and some saves he made in the game. Now from minute 1 to minute 90, it was all Angola, and you knew they were going to score, especially after a share goal in the air. Decision making was poor, and now one of the intangibles in football, sometimes I say that we overlook, is confidence. Now the Black Stars players' confidence now is at the lowest I've seen since perhaps 2004 when we failed to qualify for the AFCON. I've never seen the Black Stars so timid. I've never seen the Black Stars fail to express themselves on the field of play until we play this Angola game. I feel there's a lot wrong with this team. Yes, you can talk about the fact say your quality players now, your star players that we will be counting on them now are not around for this particular game. But you look at the game against Angola, and that's why I always will. On match day 1 against Angola in Kumasi, we were so unfortunate to have hit the back of the net. We were just so unfortunate we couldn't score in that game. That one aside, we traveled to Niger. It was a game we should have won. You come back here on this ground against Sudan. Nana, tell me that game we shouldn't have won. So in all those games, you wouldn't say performance was a problem, but Nana, our conversion rate was our biggest problem. And until your game any Angola boy and now your conversion rate so far in the qualifiers 2%. 2%. So it tells you say the major problem in this team, yeah, only the fact that we're wasteful. And I think say you see that our conversion was actually a problem for us. We were conceding, yes. We've kept clean sheets so far. We've kept about 2 clean sheets so far, which is quite positive. But how do you keep 2 clean sheets, score 2 goals, then not score in 3 games? That's the biggest problem. I think Otuado, if he feels we have a shout now at winning or qualifying to the World Cup in 2026, yes, it starts now. But I'm just hoping say things will be worked on, because I feel the team now is low in confidence.
Thank you very much, Josiah. And Black Stars, almost final training session ahead of the game against Niger. Now, before I make Coach Otuado, let me tell you, countries that almost call AFCON, Ghana, and Timin Kobe. Morocco, a host nation. There's Algeria, Angola, Burkina, Cameroon, Comoros, DRC, Egypt, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Mali, Senegal, South Africa, Tunisia, Uganda, Zambia, Zimbabwe. 5 places in Accra. Neighbor qualifies New Year. Those 5 will join. And interestingly, Ghana and Cameroon. Coach Otuado Wakasa about injuries. We say players in from Jordan, Ali Duseidu, Fatawi Sahaku, Omo Frimu, Fatawa Mukrade. Yes, Omo doctors Babi Fowum. We have 3 local players. A free Jerry, Ebenezer Aban, Kamara Dini Mamadou from Mediama Sporting Club. Otuado Wakasa first, Odi Kankan. Injuries are aborani team and our face so. Ose abribia on there or share him say obe winning games at the Amagana. Yanko tie Coach Otuado.
Other national teams, it's also a lot of clubs like my former club Dortmund. They have like 10 players injured. So it's quite difficult because they have a lot of games, the players, yeah, my prayers are really with those who are injured, especially Fatau. It's going to be, I think, a very serious injury. Hope not, but could be, and my prayers are with him. And surely now it's an opportunity for new players to come to show themselves. And I can't tell you more about the approach because surely I don't want to prepare our opponents on how we should want to play. I don't think there's somebody, even when let's say we play a friendly match, I want to win. You know, there's no way I will just go and play and I want to lose. You know, but the mindset is always about winning. It's always about do the best, and I think if we want to give positive examples, we have to maybe mention Razak Simpson or Manaf. You know, as just two, but I don't like to point out, but this is what we want to see. To play out all their hearts, you know, everybody was fighting. We had players like Gideon Mensah, like Aliu said, they had problems before. They couldn't train the whole week, but they came to play. This is what we want to see, to die for the country. Now, surely the problems are worse. After the game, they can't play, but you know, I want people to know that it's not always like oh, this guy don't want to play, or this. You know, they had problems before, big problems. But our medical team, they worked day and night. We would have liked you to see how they worked on them, and congrats to, and also thanks to them, you know, for making it happen for the players to play.
So Jaguni Chim, but on your coach Kitwa. Judging Klopp in the training, you know, Matthias Summer training, the coach back with friend Tajik. Was only coaches by age, man. It's fair to judge him by the results, but the Ghana for Mpezemubwa near World Cup, no support to team now. But that's just by the way. Now we're going into the game proper. Ghana and Niger. Niger for ya no Ghana Kobo Drama, Ketokro players in Kokasaya. I'm out for say Nunti, Krana Ghana team qualify for the AFCON. But yes, the Niger team, and I know be a Krana, you know, say Ombetima Sudan, a Bush Sudan by 4-0. They say suddenly Niger for no Sonia Jumpobi so Ombetima qualify for the AFCON. In Tibo Omuba Ghana, no, Omuba Ghana said Omba positive results, which is a win. Sudan also so share Nimsa Angola intimation. Na Emma na Brabonye Basa. Say Ghana for no sujide say o. Si omo free crowd here. Omo fan kunim game free mu. A gamer me jide say Ghana for akuma nhede nim. Na so Ghana for any die chi. Na nedu then I will share nim from this game. Sabi emphasis of Papa Biamre Ghana AFCON Quintino.
Personally, me one person I say coaches any changes. No more other players to show opportunities. They said they're not just from now to say everybody a game in match. We don't have any international debut. So sad time now about World Cup qualifier. Into me, sure say there are players be within the team. Omumbo national team mani hu. Don't bet my area the Blasters of Ghana. So minyaya almost some players be opportunities. Bako, my own informed left-footed central defender, Terry Yegbe. May expect a coach me man opportunity. Now at least in the game no. Over to me see I can the Blasters of Ghana. One of the players are only in Ghana had the some of the supporters are who are Tiber Stadium may be two. And I was Ghanaian performing players assistants now Europe by Taibo Nidin and Nathaniel Ej. When the people around the Blasters Edim Koma, they see him, Nathaniel Ej, and Jonas Adeti as a long-term pair for the Blasters of Ghana. Omuhunu say after Alexander Jiku, Mohamed Salih Sumo Erani Friwa, those players can make a case for themselves within the Blasters team.
Right.
So me feel say Nathaniel Leje, Terry Yegbe, those two players no opportunity with the central defense. No mepaka Razak Simpson. So all quite the back three. I'm expecting the Gideon at the son of the out. Now I lead the Sedu so out. So Nathaniel Leje and Terry Yegbe should come and pair Razak Simpson out the back three. May expect players like Isaac Afo.
Right.
So on to many opportunity abo. Born I who say Kingsley send like airborne there. Amoma Kamaldeen Mahmoud opportunity no soon see akan and from the Blasters of Ghana in that right wing back position with my boy my akwa. Now I'm expecting Ibrahim Sulemana to pair Emmanuel Entry in the double pivots. Sana be Emmanuel Entry be no opportunity a home game about the advanced role. No about behind Kudus Mohammed. No my players like Osman Bukari opportunity. My players like Ernest Nyama and so opportunity. Then the front no akwaye Jerry free. So Obi Samia, those are the changes I may expect as the Blasters head coach. Obetimidiama. So Joe Dowalo coach imposed for me. My back three, Nathaniel Leje, Terry Yagbe, and Razak Simpson. My wing backs, Isaac Afo and Kamaldeen Mahmoud. My double pivot, Emmanuel Entry, and of course Ibrahim Sulemana. And of course the wing play no, Ernest Nyama, Osman Bukari. Then up front, Jerry Free. That will be my preferred first 11. I will be Samia. Before say changes I may expect the coach in today's game against Niger. Now I must have players to show opportunities to show what they can do within the Blasters team. Maybe in the second half. Not the likes of Ebenezer Aban and the other players within the team should be many opportunities in the second half of the ball. So those are my changes I may expect the coach to put must have players no opportunity. So before being a game no born in match no. Now we have other options for various positions. So before say today's game should be a game, even though Ghanaians are never be expecting more from the Blasters team. But don't you take your opportunity? More players need your opportunity. No, much means I can for the Blasters.
Get back into the game. Who was it? Ghana for Babeshe Boy.
Oh, they are actually in the World Cup qualifier, in the Nations Cup qualifier. A team about 5 games only 2 goals. On picky win, I'm not expecting a lot. But you to me that one.
How much 5-5 studio? It's Ghana for Babeshe.
And look by before the game against Angola. Into Minyaya and popular stand Jose. Kumumbia Muntu. Minyaya. What I say it's a football association and cage there. Omunya vantage point by 5 B1 cry. No more buses being so.
No be as all football Babeshe Ghana ball. A team I want to mention no be Debbie. Oh. Another cup qualifiers there kind of member. We are Diego Morocco want manko obi football.
And then make us say popular stand ho. Maybe center line VIP VVIP or the Mundiska by popular stand on the Yemu free.
Okay, and Chania sorry Jumediano so I cut my best do na Promotional 12 o'clock we're wrapping up Josiah. In the Ghana Bese Niger finally.
A big game. Big game. Me first say players would like to show something. Okay. But again my favorite for today, Niger.
My favorite Niger interest in Niger for no Ghanaian boys be Ghanaian boys no Niger team no be Krani Kudus mun a ball Black Stars someone like Najib ni Kudus na ball under 17 World Cup India and omunya progressive under 20 but the Drew say Najib ebe bora Black Stars no na why ma and the bush are forced to free Niger say Najib Bobo man Niger. There's another boy about Salim on the crap there. We need more thing crime. We need Zamama Lion. Salim. Now, no boy Euro Africa. Euro Africa belongs to Oliver Arthur. On the Arthur Legacy Football Consort. I'm transfer players called Italy Sing Agent Biawa Africa. Now, I'm Salim Echo Sassuolo. They say Sassuolo for a loan Salim Edna call. One of the teams was Serie D. In the Nigerian team, they've got like 7 boys or Munyedia grow Kruma.
That's got number enough count. The goalkeeper.
Number enough count. So I'm thinking say Say Nigeria phone Crayo Mukoso Blaster Mu Pampin Omni on boardry. On the person may prove a point. Our Ghana against the Black Stars in there.
And obviously, once they know there's a chance to qualify, then definitely they would want to prove something. But it wouldn't come that easy. They know very well. Say Niger be Ghana Habeshe Black Stars there. Yeah, it's a dead rubber for Ghana. but Nana, there's still pride at stake. You know, there's still a lot at stake for these boys, and especially looking at the fact that for Niger, they'll be looking at it from a perspective, say, Yenche, at least we can help ourselves, you know, by winning our game against Ghana. Now, Yembo Empire to say, Angola for betting, I could di Sudan for Sunim. Into Sana, then it means they will book a place in the AFCON because also I'm head to head now. They have a better head to head record than Sudan due to the fact some share Sudan for 4 and Sudan winning 1. But now you see why I feel say most of these young guys are Omenya call up to the Black Stars will be taking their motivation from this. Now we've all heard so many times, countless times, when Ghanaians, you know, talk about the fact that there should be more local based players in the setup. There's been times that you have free local based players at Kwamp, at Omunya, Kwankra, and Kekebo. Today we are playing in a game where very little is at stake, and I believe this will be the for these players. It's an audition. Sure. For these players, it means everything to them. Imagine someone like Kamaradini Mamudu. Imagine someone like Emmanuel Enchi. Imagine someone like Jerry Efiye being given 45 minutes, 60 minutes to play in an AFCON qualifier. Even when you know the stakes are very low, they would want to prove something. For these players, it's a World Cup final for them. And I feel say question now Bisa and Anedu if Ghanaians will watch this game. Nana, the Black Stars have served Ghanaians with so many memorable times in the last 20 years. Let's not forget. Right. Yeah, can't Adi Amagana for Akangana for now boom. Amagana for any Jia. Adi Bako everything about Black Stars. Aside Black Stars, I don't know what brings Ghanaians together on any day. Right. There are hard times. This is a rough patch. I don't feel say yes. Obi Ebubefu and a Black Stars. No, but I feel say Ghana for Ambassador match we are. Then they've deserted the Black Stars. Some Ambassador match we are. Then it looks like they've forsaken the Black Stars. Because from 2006, 2010, no, look at the memorable times. 2015, it's just recently a Nyaman Koyi. But I feel say,
when results don't come,
that's where you show your true. You
show your true color.
Of course.
But I told them so. That's where you show your anger.
What's the anger? What's the anger about? But let's not forget that in the next 4 months we play again in a crucial World Cup qualifier.
They will come.
Yes, so if you are, I didn't say wait your umba. And the makers, so this is not the time. This is the time to show love to the team. Debut, Nana, I know there you can't justify. I know there unim so we plan as we try. And you want to damn radio so say be. If you are Kotoko fan, Emmanuel Enchi Ebo. We are media fan. Kamaradini Waha. It doesn't matter. So, there be the fans in Accra. No, if you are Kotoko fan, there's Emmanuel Enchi.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
What fans no? Reward from football games any day.
No, it's the ecstasy. No.
What bring Obilu so an energy?
That's the point. No fan is happy. Regardless, any game we emphasize but you lose why you ninja. We want to win.
Nanedu is bringing a proposal which I even think is not workable. Who the boss could not
at this time, how many days? It's a Monday, let's not forget. It's a Monday, the capital city. Monday, so the one can have the adding. You get it.
If the Black Stars do not see that attendance, that massive attendance, it will ring a bell.
It will. But then also, now let's not forget, it could dampen their spirit.
Spirit to me dampen.
Oh, no, see, football. Why do you have stands over here? I didn't hear what stands for her.
Wow.
It's made for the fans, the spectators. That's why we have it.
And you see, for these boys, they've consistently disappointed these fans.
And consistently, the Blast has brought so many joyous moments to Ghanaians.
Not in the last 5 years.
Yes, but Okoechia, there's been times. In Jamaica, these are the different. In Jamaica, these are it's still relative. The timeline,
even in the last 5 years, they've done some.
And America said, but
against Nigeria, it was a good time. We enjoyed it, yeah.
Beyond World Cup 2022.
In Jamaica, you see, I say you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I know that it's difficult times for every Ghanaian, honestly. At this point, when we are just a couple of weeks away from general election,
you see, they need to psych up their brains. Whoever is managing the team, as Omu say, they will definitely meet T-stance, so they should prep their minds.
I think it's a right call. Exactly. So on your own,
Ghanaians
don't expect
do not have you in their good books like
today.
They used to.
Today.
And Niger.
Yeah.
And Timobano, Ebiamunya, the kind of support and it's based on the Kumasi. The first time Ghana Bobo now supporters So they should bear with the fans if they don't turn out. That's what I'm trying to say. I said, right now, they could no. I'm not saying go pick up people, but declare the stadium.
Today Monday. Today Monday. Free, even without, I doubt we could even fill it to 40%.
But I'm saying that free entry is much better than charge gates.
Of course.
If you want to back your fans.
Yes. Yes. And if you want to please them.
Yes. You.
And it's a way to also apologize.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. But you know. Second started. Born. Yeah. But we Friday no. Nenumbre na Blast Stars team.
Somebody just.
So Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, the media team. The specialists from the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the Ghana Football Association and some who go Chrome various radio stations and TV stations said them go Kumasi or Moyeno. Like by this time, no, those announcements should come out.
They will not do it because they know it is not going anywhere. You know Kobisa, yesterday they held their final training session here. With the exception of Keto Kreku and a few people. Because everybody feels like Ajiegu. Nobody from the Ministry of Youth and Sport.
Yeah, I think
nobody.
Yeah.
Because
I know what I say. You can't tell me say don't speak for the ministry. That's why Mofa came here. In 2 customer ministry, the point no apply.
Busy period. Busy period.
If you are busy, you
delegate.
If the minister doesn't come, you delegate. That's why we delegate people when you cannot do things. What I say? Who are they interviewing? We're talking about football. Don't go there. What I say? Charlie, Yapon.
No, what are my predictions?
Okay, Josiah, your prediction.
My prediction is I want to see the local boys play.
Okay.
And especially Jerry and Inchi. I want to see these.
That cannot be a prediction. That will be.
No, it's my wish. But I'm still predicting some ball. You can still predict the play.
No, but you didn't say who predicts.
I said my prediction. No, yes, my prediction is Omumbupi.
That's your
probable lineup. No one is saying.
That should be your expectation.
No, I'm predicting they'll play.
Oh, you are predicting they'll play.
Yeah.
So your prediction for an outcome of a game now turns into prediction for players to play. All right.
Yeah.
On behalf of the entire team, BBRC for making the program a success. We came to you live from the Accra Sports Stadium. What's Josiah and Kauti Nanedunka? Your friend Nana Dakwajesi. Studio discussion for the game starts at 2 p.m. Kickoff is at 4 p.m. Live commentary on radio, live coverage on Max TV. Yakramo. Bye. Ajumana Koso, we seen a very green surface. Kama. Ajumana Koso, no bet me a boy in Chemukakra.
You nana menda se na minchia etifo ni ahwefo. Tisani anana okan no dwumadi a ohwe a ekoso wo park ne so no. Bibi a yaye no over the years. Na ubon se aha no na yesi akan bibre wa ha. Eye club football. Teams wa Accra has of folk Olympics ni no nyina no mu yusu ha. Enti na pressure e wo pitch no so no na eso. Enti de bia no bi beka se pressure no emma turf no eden esofa. But this time around no on say dedicate Accra Sports Stadium for all international games. Obeka emri bi atwam na ye bonu Kumasi, ye bi nso wo Cape Coast. But this time around no eye Accra Sports Stadium and you see kan. Enti for now no any other match biano, yet they call other places like Legon, any Elwak. And to Ubasha Grassy, Senior, you can even compare it to any international facility. Me fancy TV so. Move do Omoyen Somtoriano Pa, ye watering, ye aeration, Omoye raking, fertilization, Nina and Sawo. A omo planner omodi edwuma enti for pitch ne de metimi aka say ya kradwa ye betimi a host to a very successful game.
Enti say ye mfentu achim say ye ku enim na bibia ye be wusa Accra Sports Stadium pitch na kama say
Minuasa netie pepepe CCR no the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and for that matter National Sports Authority and buying Ghana buying kasa pese yenya a dedicated facility and no betimi a host to any sanctioned FIFA or CAF matches. The TN says our facility no yensi other akansi to say club level football so Senebaya will get it right. Whereby I won't mean Casabia, everybody say Akawe. O share yen reserve bench na wo first nanka a dugout. First name Tukru. And only a Memphis and Ribi trim, no architecture, ye DC a stadium facility. But this time around, bones a bench no was through. Seats in our through. A year reserve players, no motiwa, Omu Park no Susania, CAF, and I say FIFA, Eshe. Oba yen dressing room locker rooms na make me aka say aban asiesie honum nyina I can see a born na ni Sudan ye you know obi a oba e bia no ehun say oho ne yera behwe ukọ other sections of the facility we share VIP any presidential seat na first nanka ye open obia keke mi rab ye baby a ye me fancy ye friend presidential seat no ewo no but sisi a wo hwa obon si ya coding ho no enti wo VIP session a untimi mba presidential for no so enim kwan so mbe nyina ye kwan a ya paya to meet CAF and FIFA standard enti eba no facilities in here Accra Sports Stadium make say it meets the international standard.
All right, hi Max FM, Max TV, the Sports Park live from the Accra Sports Stadium. National Sports Authority, Kasama for Penny Yera, Charles Amofa, and any chicken common say Diana Mudia to Kwemu yen share him say be ma Kensia yebe boy Ghana and Niger and Babe Krabeshe in terms of security and every other arrangement Amudia to say Ejumana Koso we seen a very green surface Ibia kama Ejumana Ekoso no betimi boy in Chemu kakra
yo nana menda se na menchia etiefo ni ahwefo tisani anana okan ye no dwumadi a ohwe a ekoso park ne so no bibia yaye no over the years na ubon say aha no na yesi akan bibre wa ha club football teams wa Accra House of Folk Olympics ni no nyina no mu yusu ha enti na pressure wo pitch no so no na eso enti de bia no bi beka say pressure no emma turf no den esofa but this time around no on say dedicate Accra Sports Stadium for all international games. Obeka emribi etwem ne ye bonu kumase ye bobi nso wo Cape Coast. But this time around no Accra Sports Stadium and you see kan. Enti for now no any other match bia no ye they call other places like Legon any Elwak. Enti ubehwa grasi senior no you can even compare it to any international facility. Me fancy TV so. Do omo some pa ye watering, ye aeration, omo raking, fertilization. Nina ensa wo ho. Omo planner, omo di adwuma no. Enti for pitch ne de metimi aka say ye crowd a ye betimi host to a very successful game.
Enti say ye mfentu achim say ye ku enim na bribia Yabe Accra Sports Stadium pitch na kama say.
Minuasa netie pepepe CCR no the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and for that matter National Sports Authority and buying Ghana buying kasa pese yenya a dedicated facility and no betimi a host to any sanctioned FIFA or CAF matches. The TN says our facility no yensi other akansi to say club level football so Senebaya will get it right. Whereby I won't mean Casabia, everybody say Akawe. O share yen reserve bench na wo first nanka a dugout. First name Tukru. And only a Memphis and Ribi trim, no architecture, ye DC a stadium facility. But this time around, bones say a bench no was through. Seats in our through. A year reserve players, no motiwa, Omu Park no Susania, CAF, and I say FIFA, Eshe. Oba yen dressing room locker rooms na make me aka say aban asiesie honum nyina I can see a born na ni Sudan ye you know obi a oba e bia no ehun say oho ne yera behwe ukọ other sections of the facility we share VIP any presidential seat na first nanka ye open obia keke mi rab ye baby a ye me fancy ye friend presidential seat no ewo no but sisi a wo hwa obon si ya coding ho no enti wo VIP session a untimi mba eye presidential for no so enim kwan so mbe nyina ye kwan a ya paya to meet eye CAF and FIFA standard enti eba no facilities ni eye Accra Sports Stadium mecha say it meets the international standard.
All right, hi Max FM, Max TV, the Sports Park live from the Accra Sports Stadium. National Sports Authority, Kasama for Penny Yera, Charles Amofa, and any chicken common. They say, Diana Mudia to Kwemu. Yen sharing himself, Kensia, Yabe Boy Ghana and Niger and Babe Krabeshe in terms of security and every other arrangement. Amudia to Kwemu boss.
You mean you amendas in a main tone game no and sana maba a year security arrangement no a year ticket a year de ton a de quine say spectator
5 CDs
a
free prequent.
So say I can see the BC and you might be brain expenses in kitchen in the account a scakesia into the TNS a popular stand no I'll share the cooker any scoreboard area na no ni popular stand ni and only a 10 cedis or honey na 10 cedis over center line ya ye cheap yi and no 30 cedis and a VIP 100 cedis into 3 categories 10 for popular stand 30 for center line and then VIP 100 cedis intimate me aka say ya tickets no so rate no so say na be nipa won say match we akọ the very last match for the year. And your person be bio one who can be a person about 4 o'clock no obet me ato ticket in be na ticket no a e-kit and as electronic ticket it's online
Muntobi gate
udu gate and also electronic ye bebo obi okra phone bia no do hon ma processing *711# *711# oba unya bossa *7 ye be ma prompts no so open 10 cedis so open 30 cedis so open 100 cedis options ni nyina wo ye wo stewards ya deploy ebi wo inner perimeter ebi nso wo stance ni mu ebi wo gate na no a on betimi aboa ama watimi ato ticket afen so ka eye nhihye a ye de agu akwan mu a ye de ehwe akansie category A match enti efa ni security metimi aka eye Ghana Police Service at the 800 men and eba nipa uniform men and san ye 40 officers senior police officers ankasa omonso so ebeka ho aba ebi onso no ye national security staff omonso so ya deploy omo no vantage point omo nche uniform omo no so special duties bedi ebi onso no ye asrafo ewo ha ne no omo number ne de mintimi infantudwa and only for security reasons mintimi infantudwa omo de ne say ombe control crowd movement say bia obi ekoye bibi na say ni say ye ya omo so omo special duty afenso so ne wo metese ne ameka stewards no ebeboa in the sitting area say wo kokotena ha wo ko ha afenso so ambulance ye were 2 vehicles, one on the pitch and then one outside the pitch at the forecourt of the VIP no bakusi wo enti se bibi bia ebesi se bia obi ka wo pitch no so no ambulance esi hanma ebetimi afa nipa no de na akọ hospital sitting area no susu nyina no obi bia bibi beto no anase ne ho beko akwa no ambulance esi forecourt no enso de ne beko hospital afen susu ye wo medical no so omo ye wo doctors emienu a omo di medical training ye St. John's ambulance and your national ambulance service for omo so ya diploma omo so dwumadie di enti men can say ye preparation towards this match there to send ya da no National Sports Authority ye no ya crowd say ye be host a very successful game.
All right, Charles Amofa from the National Sports Authority and I want to say what they and she share on 24 they are to akwamu so MIN. But let's talk about the football. Is Ghana you speak for the authority, not for the federation, but at least munyana football. How do you feel that both qualifiers say Ghana AFCON of 2025?
You mean you amenda say na menka say the government of Ghana and for that matter the Ministry of Youth and Sports akadie biara team ni hia no aban ededom team no bibio mu hia in terms of per diem bibia as ye dishimuno abani dishemu met me akase countries akese football nations akese etimi kosa situation mu ye no ye feel say we no eye bibia eni se bu yabam right ye were only one black star into dia every patriotic citizen eso ye bia no say odi wakoma ana say odi usunsun ebe team nechi achia na nso emuye achia ne muye ya hwe game a ye ball no eye Angola Luanda obetumi won say nsesa kakra abam with time yenim say blaster ebetumi aba ne past glories emubium.
Okay, Mr. Charles Amofa yedasi Yankupon Shaw say obeka ensa Max TV Max FM maximum yedasi yes so ye brobro so ye hwe nim say no nine be bona yetime de comprehensive coverage abre yahwefo ne etifo nya
amedi betwa to spectators a eba Accra Sports Stadium ne no as much as possible yempese incident bia na bibi besi enti se bia ukura bottle say ye plastic anase bia no ya provide beans efigate na no ade bastance ni mu ukura bibi bia sa na onum nsuo no wi a fatu bin ni mu bibia a enye bibia acceptable object ebetimi edi ewu no udu enim ho na police for no ebebo search se bibisi ewo ho no wanhwe ni ya na edewo ato asem nti bibia oba park ne so enne no onhwe ne ho yie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles Amofa, or communications expert, Osanye Kasamafo Penny, Emma National Sports Authority. Yami shall be brave. Yeah, that's it. And I say, come start time. Start times can you and a digimedian bro. When you say start time, a Jumana Koso, we seen a very green surface. Yeah. Come. A Jumana Koso, no bet me a boy in Chemukakra.
You nana menda se na minchia etifo. Ne ahwefo tisani anana okan ye no dwumadi a ohwe a ekoso wo park ne so no bibia yaye no over the years na obon say aha no na yesi akan bibre wa ha club football teams wa Accra House of Folk Olympics ni no nyina no mu yusu ha enti na pressure wo pitch no so no na so enti de bia no bi beka say pressure no emma turf no den esofa. But this time around, we see a dedicated Accra Sports Stadium for all international games. Obeka imribi echwemunene ye bonu kumase ye bobi nso Cape Coast. But this time around, Accra Sports Stadium and you see kind. And for now, no any other match biano yet they call other places like Legon, any Elwak. And to Ubesha Grassi Senior no. You can even compare it to any international facility. Me fancy Asian TV so. Move do ye ne some Doriano pa ye watering, ye aeration, ye raking, fertilization. Ni nyina na ensa wo ho. Omo planner omo de ye adwuma no. Enti for pitch ne de metimi aka say ye krado a ye betimi host to a very successful game.
Enti say ye mfentu atrim say ye ku enim na bribia Yabeunsa Accra Sports Stadium pitch na kama say.
Miniasa netie pepepe CCR no the Ministry of Youth and Sports and for that matter National Sports Authority and buying Ghana buying kasa pese yenya a dedicated facility no betimi a host to any sanctioned FIFA or CAF matches. The TN says our facility no yensi other akansi to say club level football also. Senebaya will get it right. Whereby I won't mean Casabia, by say a kawe. O share ye reserve bench na wo hono. First nanka dugout. First name Tokru. And only ye menfans mribi trim no ne architecture ye DC stadium facility. But this time around bon say ye bench no wasro. Seats ni nyina wasro. Inti reserve players no motiwa omu park no so senia CAF anase FIFA ehwehwe. Oba yen dressing room locker rooms na metimi aka say aban asiesie honum nyina akansi e ball no na ni Sudan ne yi no obi a oba e bia no ehun say oho ne yera behwe ukọ other sections of the facility ohwe VIP any presidential seats na first nanka open obia keke mi rab baby a ye me fancy ye friend presidential seat no no but sisi a ohwe obon si ya coding ho no enti wo VIP session a untimi mba presidential presidential for no so any mu kwan so mbe ni na ye kwan ya paya to meet CAF and FIFA standard. Enti eba no facilities in here Accra Sports Stadium make say it meets the international standard.
All right, hi Max FM, Max TV, the Sports Park live from the Accra Sports Stadium. National Sports Authority, Kasama for Penny Yera, Charles Amofa, and any chicken common. Say, Diana Mudia to Kwemu. Yen sharing Sebema Kensia, Yebe Boy Ghana and Niger and Babe Krabeshe in terms of security and every other arrangement. Tamudia to Kwemu boss.
You mean amendas in a main tone game no and sana maba a year security arrangement no a year ticket a de ton a de quine say spectator
5 CDs
a year
free prequen.
So say I can see the BC and yama be brain expenses in kitchen the account a scakesia into the TN say a popular stand no share de kukaha any scoreboard area na no ni popular stand ni and only a 10 CDs or honey na 10 CDs over center line ya ye cheaper and no 30 CDs and a VIP a 100 CDs into 3 categories 10 for popular stand 30 for center line and then VIP 100 CDs. Intimate me aka say ya tickets no so rate no so say be nipa won say match we akwa the very last match for the year. Enti ye person bi bio won ho kwan bi o person about 4 o'clock no obetimi ato ticket in bi na ticket no e-kit and as electronic ticket it's online.
Munto bi o gate.
Udu gate and also electronic ye bebo obi okura phone bi anu du hon ma processing *711 hash. *711 oba unya bossa *7 ebema prompts no so open 10 CDs so open 30 CDs so open 100 CDs options ni nyina wo ho ye wo stewards ya deploy ebi wo inner perimeter ebi nso wo stands ni mu ebi wo gate na no a betimi abo ama watimi ato ticket afenso ka nhihye ye de egu akwan mu a ye de ehwe akansie category A match enti efan security metimi aka Ghana Police Service at the 800 men and eba nipa uniform men and san ye 40 officers senior police officers ankasa omonso so ebeka ho aba ebi onso no ye national security staff omonso so ya deploy omo no vantage point omo nche uniform omo no so special duties bedi ebi onso ne asrafo ewo ha ne na omo number ne de mintimi infantudwa and only for security reasons mintimi infantudwa omo de ne say be control crowd movement say bia obi ekoye bibi na say ni say ye ya omo so special duty afenso so ne wo metesene american stewards no ebeboa in the sitting area say wo kokotena ha wo ko ha afenso so ambulance ye were 2 vehicles, one on the pitch and then one outside the pitch at the forecourt of the VIP no bakusi ho enti se bibi bia ebesi se bia obi ka pitch no so no ambulance esi hanma ebetimi afa nipa no de na akọ hospital sitting area no susu nyina no obi bia bibi beto no anase ne ho beko akwa no ambulance esi forecourt no enso de ne beko hospital afenso so ye wo medical no so omo ye wo doctors emienu a omo di medical training ye St. John's ambulance and your national ambulance service for omo so ya diploma omo so dwumadie di enti men can say ye preparation towards this match there to send ya da no National Sports Authority ye no ya crowd say ye be host a very successful game.
All right, Charles Amofa from the National Sports Authority and I want to say what they and she share on 24 and they are to akwamu nyina no so MIN. But let's talk about the football. Is it Ghana omshekra enko bia you speak for the authority not for the federation but at least munyana na moye football ne how do you feel that yeah but qualifiers say Ghana yentimi ko AFCON of 2025
you mean amenda say na menka say the government of Ghana and for that matter the Ministry of Youth and Sports akadie biara team ni hia no aban ededom team no bibio mu hia in terms of per diem bibia asese ye di shemu no aban ne di shemu metimi aka say countries akese football nations akese etimi kosa situation mu ye no ye feel say we no bibia eni se bu yabam right ye were only one black star enti dia every patriotic citizen eso ye bia na say odi wakoma ana say odi usunsun ebe team nechi achia na nso emuye achia na emuye ya hwe game a ye ball no eye Angola Luanda obetumi won say nsesa kakra abam with time yenim say Blaster ebetumi aba ni past glories emubium.
Okay, Mr. Charles Amofa yedasi Yankupon Shaw say Obeka Ensa Max TV, Max FM, Maximum. Yedasi, yes, we are bro, so I share him say no 9 bebona, yet made comprehensive coverage. Abre Yashefoni Tifuna. Yedasi, be a
be chat for a spectators are eba a Accra Sports Stadium Neno. As much as possible, yempese incident be na BBC. And to say be a ukra bottle, say ye plastic, and I say be no. Ya provide beans efi gate na no ade bastance ni mu ukra bibia sa na onu munsuo no wia fatu bean ni mu bibia ukra a enye bibia e acceptable eye object ebetimi edi ewu no udu enim ho na police for no ebebo search se bibisi e wo ho no wanhwe ni ya na ede wo ato asem nti bibia oba park ne so enne no onhwe ni ho ye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Charles Amofa, or communications expert, Osanye Kasama for Penny, Emma National Sports Authority. Yami Shabi Bree, Yadase. And I think come start time. Ejumane Koso, we seen a very green surface. Ibia kama. Ejumana Ekoso, no bet me a boy in Chemukakra.
You nana menda se na minchia etiefo, ne ashefo. Tisani anana okaye no, jumadia oshe a Ekoso park ne so no. Bibia yaye no over the years na ubon say aha no na yesi akan bibre wa ha eye club football teams wa Accra House of Folk Olympics ni no nyina no mu yusu ha enti na pressure e wo pitch no so no na eso enti de bia no bi beka say pressure no emma turf no eden esofa but this time around no on say a dedicated Accra Sports Stadium for all international games. Obeka emribi etwem ne ye bonu kumase ye bobi nso o Cape Coast. But this time around no Accra Sports Stadium and you see kan. Enti for now no any other match bia no ye they call other places like Legon any Elwak. Enti ubehwa grasi senior no you can even compare it to any international facility. Me fancy you show the TV so. Omu do omo ye ne some no pa ye watering, ye aeration, omo ye raking, fertilization. Ni nyina na ensa wo ho. Omo wo plan a omo de ye adwuma no. Enti for pitch ne de metimi aka say ya ye crowd a ye betimi a host to a very successful game.
Enti say ye mfentu atrim say ye ku enim na bribia Yabe Accra Sports Stadium pitch na kama say.
Miniasa netie pepepe CCR no the Ministry of Youth and Sports and for that matter National Sports Authority and buying Ghana buying kasa pese yenya a dedicated facility no betimi a host to any sanctioned FIFA or CAF matches. The TN says our facility no yensi other akansi to say club level football also. Senebaya will get it right. Whereby I won't mean Casabia, by a Akawe. O share ye reserve bench na wo first nanka dugout. First name Tukru. And only a Memphis and Ribi trim, no architecture, ye DC a stadium facility. But this time around, bones a bench no was through. Seats in our through. A year reserve players, Romotiwa, Omu Park no Sosenia, CAF, and I say FIFA, Eshe. Oba yen dressing room locker rooms na metimi aka say aban asiesi honum nyina I can see a born na ni Sudan ye you know obi a oba e bia no ehun say oho ne yera behwe ukọ other sections of the facility wo hwe VIP and presidential seat na first nanka ye open obia keke mi rab ye baby a ye me fancy ye friend presidential seat no ewo no but sisi a wo hwe a wo si ya coding ho no enti wo VIP session a untimi mba presidential for no so enim kwan so mba nyina ye kwan a ya paya to meet CAF and FIFA standard enti eba no facilities ne Accra Sports Stadium metaka say it meets the international standard.
All right, hi Max FM, Max TV, the Sports Park live from the Accra Sports Stadium. National Sports Authority, Kasama for Penny Yera, Charles Amofa, and the Chichun Common. Say dia na modi atoto akwamu a yen hwe nim se be ma kensi a ye be boy Ghana ni Niger and ba be kra be hwe in terms of security and every other arrangement amodi atoto akwamu boss.
You mean you mean that's in a main tone game no and sana maba a security arrangement no a ticket ye de ton e de ahwe kwan say spectator
5 CDs
ye
free prekwan
so on say akansie de yebesi anema bebre na kum expenses in kitchen ne de keka eye sika kese enti de tie ne say eye popular stand no a wo hwe ade kuka ha any scoreboard area na no ni popular stand ni eno ni 10 cedis oho ni nyina 10 cedis over center line ya ye cheaper yi eno ye 30 cedis ena VIP 100 cedis into 3 categories 10 for popular stand 30 for center line and then VIP 100 cedis intimate me aka say ya tickets no so rate no so say na be nipa won say match we akọ the very last match for the year. And your person be bio or who can be a person about 4 o'clock no obey me at ticket in be na ticket no a e-kit and as electronic ticket it's online
Muntobi gate
udu gate and also electronic ye be boa obi okra phone bia no do honma processing *711# *711# oba unya boss *7 ye be ma prompts no so pay 10 cedis so pay 30 cedis so pay 100 cedis options ni nyina wo ye wo stewards ya deploy ebi wo inner perimeter ebi nso wo stands ni mu ebi wo gate na no a betimi aboa ama watimi ato ticket afen so ka nhihye ye de egu akwan mu a ye de ehwe akansie category A match enti efa security metimi aka Ghana Police Service at the 800 men and eba nipa uniform men and san ye 40 officers senior police officers ankasa omonso so ebeka ho aba ebionso no ye national security staff omonso so ya deploy omo no vantage point omo nche uniform omo no so special duties bedi ebionso ne asrafo ewo ha ne no omo number ne de mintimi infantudwa and only for security reasons mean to me omo de say control crowd movement say bia obi ekoye bibi na say ni say ye ya omo so omo special duty afenso so ne wo metesene american stewards no ebeboa in the sitting area say wo kokotena ha wo ko ha afenso so ambulance ye were 2 vehicles, one on the pitch and then one outside the pitch at the forecourt of the VIP no bakusi ho enti se bibi bia ebesi se bia obi ka ewo pitch no so no ambulance esi hanum a ebetimi afa nipa no de na akọ hospital sitting area no susu nyina no obi bia bibi beto no anase ne ho beko akwa no ambulance esi forecourt no enso de ne beko hospital afen susu ye wo medical no so omo ye wo doctors emienu a omo di medical training ye St. John's ambulance and your national ambulance service for omo so ya diploma omo so dwumadie di enti men can say ye preparation towards this match there to send ya da no National Sports Authority ye no ya krado say ye be host a very successful game.
All right, Yenya Charles Amofa from the National Sports Authority, and I want to say what they and she share on 24 and they are to a Kwamunano as to MIN. But let's talk about the football. Is it Ghana? You speak for the authority, not for the federation, but at least Munana Muya football.
In preparation towards this match there, to send ya da no National Sports Authority ye no ya krado say ye be host John's ambulance and your national ambulance service for almost ya diploma almost dwumadie di enti men can say ye in preparation towards this match there to send ya da no National Sports Authority ye no ya krado say ye be host a very successful game.
All right, Yenya Charles Amofa from the National Sports Authority, and I want to say what they and she share on 24 and they are to a Kwamunano as to MIN. But let's talk about the football. Is it Ghana? You speak for the authority, not for the federation, but at least Munana Muya football. How do you feel that you qualifiers say Ghana Yentmin call AFCON of 2025?
You mean you amenda say na menka say the government of Ghana and for that matter the Ministry of Youth and Sports akadie biara team ni hia no aban ededom team no bibio mu hia in terms of per diem bibia as say yedi shemu no aban ne di shemu metimi aka say countries akese football nations akese etimi kosa situation mu yen no ye feel say we no eye bibia eni se bu yabam
right
ye were only one black star enti dia every patriotic citizen eso ye bia ne say odi wakoma ana say odi usunsun ebe team nechi achia nanso emuye achia ne muye ya hwe game a ye born wo eye Angola Luanda obetumi won say nsesa kakra abam with time yenim say blaster ebetumi aba ne past glories emubium.
Okay, Mr. Charles Amofa yedasi Yankupon shall say Obeka ensa Max TV Max FM maximum yedasi yes so ye bro so ye hwe nim say no nine be bona yetime de comprehensive coverage